Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kennedy. We begin this week with the county's 10th annual Maryland Hispanic Business Conference. Minority business owners participated in the full-day event to learn how to grow their businesses through government contracting. Several government officials, including Executive Ike Leggett, attended the event, the largest of its kind in the region. Lorna Virgili was also there. Lorna?
Susan, it is the largest Hispanic business event in the entire state of Maryland, and this year took place again here in Montgomery County with over 800 people in attendance. Minority business owners from all industries took advantage of the information provided at the Maryland Hispanic Business Conference. During challenging economic times for small businesses, this conference was a passage to new opportunities.
The importance and relevance of this conference is that it provides tools necessary. It's a forum for the Hispanic business owner to get the tools necessary to start a business, sustain a business, and grow a business.
The conference hosted workshops related to business financing, procurement, exporting, and how to market Hispanic, corporate America, and prime contractors, with panelists representing local, state, and federal government. Also in the program, an awards luncheon ceremony where 8 prominent Hispanic business owners and community leaders were honored for their contributions, and where high-profile elected officials voiced their support for the event.
The importance is that Montgomery County has more businesses in Montgomery County, Hispanic businesses, than anywhere throughout the state of Maryland. This helps us to network and to build and to grow those businesses.
The Maryland Hispanic Business Conference for the last 10 years has been a very valuable program. It brings together not only Hispanic businesses, but all sorts of businesses together in a networking opportunity, an information sharing opportunity.
There are 21,000 Hispanic businesses in Maryland. It is estimated that 50% of them are located in Montgomery County. The state's Department of Labor Licensing and Regulation is a long-standing conference sponsor.
We're always going to commit to support this conference because it's such a big deal to make sure that the new Americans in Maryland are working up to the fullest and highest possible potential that they have.
And to wrap up a full day of business, a social hour with Latin flavor. The conference will be held again next year in Montgomery County. For County Report this week, Lorna Virgili.
Councilmember Nancy Florine has been reappointed as the chair of the Transit Subcommittee for the National Association of Counties. In her role, she'll be talking with leaders from more than 2,000 counties across the country, sharing best practices and common challenges related to transportation and transit.
The challenge for the National Association of Counties is the issue that I've been fighting for since I've been at the council, which is more money for transportation. And we're totally dependent, of course, upon the federal formulas at this point. And anyone reading the news knows, nobody knows what are we going to do in terms of investing in infrastructure. This is an issue felt across the country. The transit programs in particular require, significant upfront dollars. And we've witnessed the challenges at the Dulles Rail, that's for sure. And then significant operating costs. And who underwrites all that? That's the public. And the question is, where is that money going to come from?
AmeriCorps volunteers met with County Executive Leggett as they began their first day of work here in the county. 7 volunteers have started their duties at the county's Community Engagement Cluster, which includes the county's regional services centers. The group will be working as community engagement specialists in the centers. They will engage in diverse community programs and assist regional center directors with constituent concerns.
They will support each of the directors to fulfill the mission of their office, particularly working with the Citizens Advisory Boards and bringing the Gilchrist Center to each of the regional service centers so that we're blending the geographic focus with the immigrant engagement focus.
Well, understanding how important it is to the county executive that the underserved populations, the people that most need help, that's our role, that's what we're there for. Understanding that we're there to kind of fill in the gap for them on his behalf. And he mentioned about the budget and particularly education, public safety, and the vulnerable population being served. So those are his 3 priorities. So that's where we come in, helping the vulnerable populations.
Still ahead on County Report this week, an update on a construction project underway in the city of Rockville. And the superintendent of schools takes his show on the road. Stay with us.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? Now there is only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC 311 is Montgomery County government's new online and telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Remember, call 311 to get it done.
Welcome back to County Report. Another construction project we are keeping an eye on is happening over at Rockville's Rothgeb Maintenance Facility. Our Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer caught up with Superintendent of Parks and Facilities, Steve Mader, to learn more about how this project is going.
It's going pretty well. We had a little rough start in the beginning, but we are hopefully on track or getting close to be on track to being completed in June of next year.
And what's going on here exactly?
Well, we've got a couple things. This is actually phase 2 of a 3-phase project. The first phase was a salt dome and a new stormwater management pond. The second phase is building a new fleet services building, which is for Pat Stroud and motor vehicle maintenance. And then we are renovating their building and bringing over some of the folks that are over at the Civic Center over to here, some of our maintenance folks.
What will these new upgrades allow you to do?
As far as the fleet services building, there's the ceilings are higher, the space is larger. They will now be able to get every vehicle into the building to work on it. It'll be climate controlled inside, some new in-ground lifts, so it will hopefully make Pat and his folks much more efficient.
That's good. And what about, how's everyone feeling over here in terms of, they're pretty excited about it?
I think people are excited about it, but they're tired of the dust. As again I said, it was a little slow to get going, but we're kicking butt now, I think, and we're moving along, and I think most people are excited. Hopefully at some point we'll get to phase 3, which is replacing some of the office space.
And is that just a budget concern in terms of finding the funding for that?
Well, it's budgeted now. We've been so tied up with phase 2 that the design is kind of stalled a little bit, but we are working on the phase 3 design, and hopefully that will get on track here soon also.
Summer is over and it's back to school, and that means more pedestrians. Captain Paul Starks is here from Montgomery County Police to tell us about how to keep safe while we're on foot and in our cars. Captain?
Well, Susan, pedestrian safety is something the police department has coordinated with Mr. Leggett's office for a number of years. Currently in the county, there are 7 identified high incident areas where there have been a higher number of pedestrian collisions. We want everyone to be a safe crosser. So hang up that cell phone, take the buds out of your ears. Even if you're walking with a friend, stop talking, walk with the green signal, and stay within the crosswalk, looking both ways the entire time.
Tell us a little bit about this zero tolerance policy that the police have in place.
During the coming year, there'll be waves of enforcement where officers will be detailed at these 7 high incident areas enforcing pedestrian laws. We want everyone to walk within the crosswalk and cross on the green. If not, they could be subject to a $50 fine.
Okay, some very good advice. Thank you very much, Captain Paul Starks, Montgomery County Police. Along those same lines, in this week's transportation update, Tom Pogue has information on a recent summit that was held on the Pedestrian Safety Initiative.
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update for Montgomery County. The Department of Transportation and Police met with County Stat to review the progress of County Executive Ike Leggett's Pedestrian Safety Initiative, launched in late 2007. County Stat conducts periodic reviews to analyze the effectiveness of the program. Data indicates pedestrian collisions and their severity are trending downward where engineering and enforcement or education strategies have been implemented. One of the biggest successes has been the Safe Routes to School program, where engineering improvements, bolstered by education and enforcement actions at 50 schools, significantly reduced pedestrian collisions. DOT Director Arthur Holmes described his department's traffic calming efforts, which have lowered speeds and the number of collisions. Slowing traffic can also significantly reduce their severity. He also reported that a third of the county's traffic signals now allow pedestrians more time to cross. County Police Chief Thomas Manger discussed his department's new zero-tolerance strategy with its greater emphasis on issuing citations to both drivers and walkers who violate pedestrian safety laws. View the County Stat presentation on our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/countystat. We're working to keep you moving safely.
As Dr. Joshua Starr takes the helm of the county school system, he is hosting 10 community listen and learn events this fall. The first event took place this past Tuesday night in Germantown.
Dozens of parents and community members gathered at Northwest High School to participate in Dr. Joshua Starr's Listen and Learn event.
This is our first Listen and Learn event with the community, so you're going to set the tone for the rest of the year, so I'm very much looking forward to it.
The superintendent fielded questions and concerns from the audience on a variety of topics, to include SATs, special education, demographics, the curriculum, and safety and security.
But what can be done to alleviate the overcrowding at lunch here?
My concern is about staffing. I was wondering what your view was of the magnet school program.
I wanted to hear what he had to say. I want to learn more about him and where he came from and what he's going to bring to this table.
I really liked it. I thought it was going to be a little too maybe formulaic. I thought it was going to be a little rehearsed, and I didn't feel that way at all. I thought he was very genuine. I thought he very thoughtful about what each of the people asked. I learned a lot through that. I think this is very helpful for anyone just to get a handle on what's going on with our school system right now.
And it's interesting to hear that other parents share the same concerns and sharing of strategies and opportunities.
It's a wonderful opportunity to hear from the community as well as staff about what they think is working in the Montgomery County Public Schools, what they feel needs adjusting, what we can do differently so that we can get better. After we have all 10 events done, plus the 6 with staff and the ones with kids, we're going to, put it all in the blender, so to speak, take a look at it and say what patterns emerged as high priority, what things do we need to deal with immediately, what things, do we want to have in the back of our mind. We really got to go through the data and just take a look and determine what our course of action should be.
9 additional Listen and Learn events are scheduled throughout the fall. Visit the MCPS homepage and search keywords Listen and Learn for details.
In addition to community Listen and Learn events, Dr. Starr is also holding Listen and Learn events for MCPS staff members so they can voice their concerns, questions, and ideas. Dr. Starr will also get to hear from students during 2 student town hall meetings. Still to come, a sneak peek at the county's newest entertainment venue, and we'll introduce you to the newest member of the Montgomery County Planning Board. Keep it here on County Report This Week.
Light bulbs are getting more efficient. They use a lot less energy to give you the light you want, which means you'll pay lower energy bills. Better light bulbs also mean a better way to shop. You're probably used to buying light bulbs based on watts, but watts only tell you how much energy a bulb uses, not brightness. If you want to know how bright a bulb is, you need to think lumens. The more lumens, the brighter the light, no matter the bulb. A traditional bulb uses 60 watts to produce 800 lumens, but this bulb delivers 800 lumens using only 15 watts. All these bulbs use different amounts of energy, but produce the same amount of light. How do you know which one to buy? To help you decide, light bulb packages will have a lighting facts label. It'll tell you a bulb's brightness and an estimate of its energy cost and lifespan. So the next time you shop for a light bulb, look for the lumens and the lighting facts label. It's a bright idea.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. It's been 10 years in the making, and its debut is just now days away. The Fillmore is set to open its doors September 15th, and we stopped by for a sneak peek at this new entertainment destination. Workers are putting the finishing touches on the Fillmore building. This latest jewel in the crown of downtown Silver Spring is just days away from opening. The old JCPenney building is the site of this unique public-private partnership.
AFI Theater side of Colesville Road has been bright and energetic and lively for a number of years now and very successful. But the other side of Colesville Road has been somewhat darkened, and now the Fillmore is taking that arts and entertainment district and really expanding it. It's going to be a tremendous partnership.
This 2,000-seat music venue features the leading industry technology in audio, lighting, and video. The main floor features a large stage, 2 bars, and lots of space on the floor for dancing. The upstairs balcony has tiered seating and boxes for VIPs. Dye says it's expected the music venue will bring millions of dollars in revenue to downtown Silver Spring.
As a live entertainment venue, it doesn't get easier to get to than the Fillmore, with county parking garages right next door within a block and a half, a metro just down the street. The accessibility to Fillmore is wonderful for both before show and after show attendees, utilizing restaurants and the shops in the Silver Spring area. We already know that a number of restaurants have discussed staying open and adjusting their hours. The folks from Live Nation are working with the local business community to create either specials or notices on websites about shows and about show-related restaurant menus and other sort of operations. So the relationship between the music venue and the Live Nation folks operating it and the businesses in Silver Spring is just going to be a win-win for everybody.
The opening show will feature Mary J. Blige with more than 25 shows to follow through the end of the year. For more information, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/Fillmore. Bicycling and community activist Casey Anderson has been selected as the newest member to the Montgomery County Planning Board. The County Council approved his appointment earlier this summer, and we caught up with him to find out his philosophy on how Montgomery County should grow over the next decade.
Hi there. Hey.
Casey Anderson is no stranger in Montgomery planning circles. A Silver Spring resident, he has worked on the White Flint Sector Plan and the relocation of the Walter Reed Medical Center to Bethesda. Moreover, Casey has been active in his local civic association and served on the Silver Spring Regional Advisory Board, as well as directing the Washington Area Bicyclists Association. It's that commitment to this community and issues he cares about that prompted him to apply to the board.
There were a lot of issues I was interested in around Silver Spring and the county, and I realized that if I didn't do it, nobody else would. And I think it's like President Obama says, you know, we're the leaders we've been waiting for. And if you care about your community and you want to see change, then you have to be willing to step up and do something about it.
Anderson came to this area 10 years ago when downtown Silver Spring was in the midst of its redevelopment. As a lawyer and former journalist, he says he understands the need to get the word out about what's happening in the county.
You know, it's natural for people to be apprehensive about the things that are happening around them. It's not quite what they're used to. And I think that we need to articulate a vision of what this is going to look like when it's all done and explain how it is that we think that we can make it work to everyone's advantage, that we know that instead of being threatened by it or being run over by it, that we're going to make it work for us, and I want to be part of that. The relationship between bicycling and other parts of transportation.
There are those folks in the community who identify Casey Anderson with his role in the world of biking. It's that love that spiked his interest between land use and transportation planning. He says he believes society has become more accepting of bicyclists on the road, that they are more a part of the transportation scene today.
Well, I always tell people I don't ride a bike because I'm trying to save the world. I'm doing it because it's fun. And it's a form of transportation that works in a place like Silver Spring or Bethesda. Increasingly, I think it's going to work in places like Rockville and White Flint is redeveloped. It's gonna make a lot more sense to walk or bike, or in some cases take transit, than it does to get in a car. That's not going to work everywhere or for everyone, but I'd like to try to help open people's minds to that possibility that maybe it might work for them too.
Though he has participated in just a few planning board meetings as a member, one thing he is sure of is that citizen involvement plays a key role in the process of getting things done. He says despite the transparency of the planning process, more could be done to bring new folks into the fold.
I think that we have to constantly be thinking of new ways to engage with people, no one way is going to do it for everybody, so we have to go out and meet people where they are. And obviously people are busy and they have other things on their mind, so we have to not only give them opportunities that are convenient to participate, but also give them good reasons to get involved and explain to them what's at stake and how they could benefit, as well as what the risks to them are if they don't participate and they don't get involved.
The Washington Revels is a 25-year-old nonprofit organization in the Washington, D.C. metro area that focuses on reviving cultural traditions through music, dance, drama, and much more.
We will roll down, walk around, be great boys and roll down.
Well, the Revels really is a performance community. We're a community of performers, people that love to sing, dance, create theater, tell stories, design wonderful crafted props and theatrical properties. And we come together to explore traditional material, the stuff of our ancestors, jump in the broom, you know, kind of Christmas celebrations, Hanukkah celebrations, turning of the year. The things that we used to celebrate as a community, and it's a little hard to find that. The Washington Revels is a place where people come together to kind of play again. We're getting ready for the winter solstice show. This year it will feature the treasures of Spain, the three great cultures, the Moorish culture, the Sephardic Jewish culture, and the Iberian Christian culture. Around the 10th century, the blossoming of these three great cultures. We're auditioning children's and teens next week. Very excited. We auditioned the parents, the adult chorus, in May, and now I need families. So I'm looking for children to fill out these families. And we will audition them, and then we go into rehearsal starting around the middle of September, heading up to our opening in early December at Lisner Auditorium. So these auditions are open to anyone who wants to call and join us.
For more information about upcoming Washington Revels auditions or how to become a member, visit their website or call 301-587-3835. Up next on County Report, Kathy Stanhope will be here with our Pets of the Week. But first, it's time to plant your tulips and daffodils. We'll tell you more when County Report This Week continues.
Serving your community is a great feeling. The Montgomery County Volunteer Center can connect you to hundreds of volunteer opportunities available throughout the area. Are you a student, senior, professional, community group, or business looking to serve? Simply visit our website to select what's right for you and help celebrate the 25th anniversary of Community Service Day by taking part in our Pledge 25 Challenge. The Montgomery County Volunteer Center. Make an impact in your community. Where will you serve?
Welcome back to County Report This Week. In our health tip this week from Montgomery College, a lesson in resistance training.
Hi, I'm Brenda Salas, Wellness Coordinator at Montgomery College. Today, I'll give you some tips for helping you to maintain your positive health and increase your overall fitness. So let's get started. In today's Healthy Tips, we're going to talk about resistance training. The American College of Sports Medicine says that we should resistance train, that is strength train, 2 to 3 non-consecutive days of the week. The challenge is finding the time to go to the gym. I'm going to present you a way to get that recommendation in right in your home, right in your office, using something called a resistance tube. You're going to take your tube, fold it in half, put the handles together, take it around the middle of your back, right along the shoulder blades. And all you do is push the tube forward and bring it back. Now, when you work your muscle groups, you want to work muscles that oppose each other at the joint action. So if I have my arms going forward, I have to do something making my arms go back. So what you want to do is take your tube then in front and pull it apart. As you do this, squeezing shoulder blades together. This is going to work the posterior deltoid, or the back side of the shoulder, and the muscles in between the shoulder blade. Step on the tube with both feet, Take the handles to the shoulder and push overhead. This is an exercise called overhead press that's going to work a muscle called the medial deltoid, or the muscle that is right on top of the shoulder. If I'm moving my shoulders and arms up, I have to do the opposite joint action to work the latissimus dorsi, the big muscle in the back. And all I'm going to do is pull the tube down. As I pull it apart, as I pull it down. You can add lower body if you like by adding a squat to it as well. Tune in again for more healthy tips. I'm Brenda Salas. See you next time.
This week in our Pet of the Week, Kathy Stanhope has two friends who are looking for a new home.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and I am here with a pair of guys that you just have to meet to believe. This is Calypso right here and Rome over here. Calypso, the brown dog, is about 10, and Rome is just a very enthusiastic 2-year-old. And they're pit bull mixes, but we think the mix might be with a Labrador Retriever because they both like to carry. They both like to carry a ball around. And they are here because their owner was moving. Their owner was moving and couldn't take them along. And this is a very good time to point out that most of the animals at the shelter are here through no fault of their own. I hear people say that the animals at the shelter are there because they have problems. That's really not true. Most of the animals are here because the owners have had problems. They're moving, they've maybe gotten divorced and nobody can take the dog in the new apartment. Lots of the animals are here because their owners have died or have gotten ill. The dogs have really come here through no fault of their own. They just happen to be with people who couldn't take care of them any longer. And then they wind up in the cages here at the shelter and they don't know what they did to deserve that. And they're really just looking for a new home. So come on down to the shelter. We're on Rothgeb Drive off of East Goody Drive. Give us a call at 240-773-5967 or visit us on the web at mchumane.org and come on down and meet Calypso, Calypso and Rome. Now they did come in together and we would like to adopt them together, but if at all possible, it would be nice for them to be adopted together, but if you really asked and wanted to just take one, I'm sure that could be arranged. Come on down and see us at the Montgomery County Humane Society. You'll meet your new best friend.
Summer is quickly coming to a close, and that means it's time to plant bulbs for next spring. Our friends at Brookside Gardens have some tips for successful planting.
Hi, I'm Phil Normandy, Plant Collections Manager at Brookside Gardens here in Wheaton, Maryland. Fall at Brookside Gardens means a lot of things, but to most of our gardeners it means bulbs, fall bulbs, thousands of them, all over the place so that you can have this marvelous show of thousands of square feet of bulbs next spring at Brookside. But to do that, you need to be planting them now. Here I have 3 types of commonly available bulbs you're likely to find in your own garden center. Let me show you how the proper way is to plant them. First of all, you have to plant them in the right direction, pointy side up. With any bulb, you want to plant it 3 times the diameter of the bulb in depth. So if you have a little bulb, you plant it shallow. If you have a big bulb, you plant it deep, like so. There's no need to stomp on the ground. There's no need to add fertilizer. There's no need to do anything. Bulbs are planted in the fall because they're going to grow roots throughout the fall in order to pump up that leaf and flower, which is already inside this bulb, ready for next spring. So enjoy planting your bulbs in this beautiful fall weather and hope for the best.
And finally, we want to leave you with information on the county executive's upcoming town hall meeting. The event is scheduled for September 21st at 7:30 p.m. at Westland Middle School in Bethesda. Residents are encouraged to bring their questions and comments. The event will be televised at a future date on County Cable Montgomery. Well, that wraps up this edition of County Report This Week. I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.
Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley has named 2 new members to the Montgomery College Board of Trustees. Business entrepreneur Michael Priddy will serve a 6-year term, and MC student Jonathan Jays Green will serve 1 year as a student trustee. If your son or daughter has just started classes at MC, then plan to attend the new parent orientation on September 29th on MC's Rockville campus. Learn about academic support, counseling services, college policies, and more. Reservations are required. Don't miss the Rockville campus annual Art Department faculty exhibit now showing at the Sarah Silberman Gallery. View the latest works of more than 20 faculty members now on display through September 30th. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website at montgomerycollege.edu.